Now, like I said before, I have to keep track of the power, the water and the sewage, because as soon as you move into medium density, they're going to be using a lot more sewage, a lot more power and a lot more water. So you have to get ready to upgrade your capacities. Also, another thing that you have to keep in mind is that now that you have increased to medium density, you have increased the size of these roads to take up more traffic, but you also have to increase these other roads so that they can take the traffic that's coming out from these neighborhoods. So I'm just gonna pause right now, go to road building, and now start enacting my plan that's been planned out from the second video, my road tutorial. These are going to become avenues. Now you have to try and reduce the amount of intersections between avenues themselves, because as more of them as you have, the more traffic lights you're going to have, and that is something you wish to reduce. Now here I'm going to try and have a road that's going to be curved, which means there are not going to be any extra intersections here, and then I'm going to keep going up just where the road before it was. Now this is giving me some weird shapes, but that can probably be fixed simply by destroying these roads. And then building this unobstructed. Now, instead of again connecting these dirt roads, I'm going to delete them and turn them into an avenue. Now, as soon as I do that and connect these avenues over here, I'm going to get traffic lights. Now, I could use a simple trick that you've probably seen people use before, and that is to not create an avenue from an avenue, but first connect with only a medium density road, then maybe upgrade some more of these dirt roads into these medium density roads, and only after you've done that, go and create an avenue. Now what this allows you is to eliminate traffic lights. Now, depending on just how much traffic you're going to have later on, you may need to go to 3-lane avenues, and that means that this connection that has 4 lanes is going to be your bottleneck. Now, that is something that you can simply fix later on by destroying that road and connecting an avenue with an avenue and switching from 4 lanes with only a stop sign to a 6-lane with traffic lights. Now you see why I didn't want to zone anywhere close to this road, because once I placed an avenue, it takes a bit more space and it would have to destroy buildings if I had zoned anywhere close. Now I'm going to keep using the same trick when I connect these streets and these avenues. Now again here I am faced with the decision whether I want these avenues to intersect with an avenue that's going to be coming in from here, or do I wish to simply make connection with avenue, street, avenue. Now since this is going to be somewhat less heavy with traffic because it is on the outskirts, and I will probably be expanding these avenues up over here so that I can create train stations or maybe more residential, I am going to leave this as an avenue. I will also be upgrading these roads, because they're gonna be seeing much more traffic once these buildings go to medium density. This part of the city, for now, I'm going to leave at low density because I want to expand step by step. I just have to make sure to bring back some of the connections. This here is not connected, this here is connected. The rest of it looks fine. Now let's go back to normal speed, actually double speed, and keep watch. As you can see, the water has reached yellow, which means we are going to need a new water tower. I'm going to keep building them down the street and separate them a little bit so that they can extract water without taking water from each other. Sewage still looks okay, so I'm not going to upgrade for the moment. Now comes one of the more interesting parts. As you can see, these guys have chosen to build high vault medium density homes, and they have left me with an empty space here. Same over here, same over here. It's an empty space because it hasn't been previously zoned and it could not have been used. So now I can zone it, and I'm gonna get low density housing on some of these small pieces. Now I could destroy this building and make it move all the way to the edge, but that would still not leave enough space over here for anything big. That means that if I want to squeeze two high density, or at the moment medium density buildings that are medium or high vault, I will have to move these parks to the right side. But I also have to think about what is on the right side and what will become of that if I move this park to the right in order to have more space here. This is the part of the game where you will be destroying and rebuilding and destroying and rebuilding and bulldozing and replacing placements of parks and such buildings, because you simply have to get the perfect alignment for different buildings, because different buildings take different plot sizes. Medium, low, high vault, their buildings take different amounts of zoned space, and you're probably going to have a lot of work cut out for you once you go from low to medium density. Now you could say you could plan some of that in front, but it is too complex to plan for something that you cannot control entirely, simply because you cannot control entirely just how big are these zoning pieces going to be. And since you cannot control that, you cannot control just what is the size of the plot, and the size of the plot decides which vault level can a building be built on that plot. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more.